In any business, how you communicate internally, well, it's not just a nice-to-have, is it? It's the engine that makes everything run. But picking the right platform, your company's digital headquarters, that's a huge decision. And it really pits two totally different philosophies against each other. So let's break down the two main paths you can take.
So you're faced with choosing a new intranet. Where do you even begin? The central dilemma is really this. Do you build a completely custom solution from the ground up, or do you grab a ready-made service that lives in the cloud? Both paths promise to connect your team, but they demand very different investments of your time, your money, and your resources. So let's untangle this. It really boils down to two models. On one side, you've got the cloud solution, where a provider handles all the technical heavy lifting for you. On the other side is the in-house or on-premise solution, where you control everything because you're hosting it on your own servers. Let's see how they stack up on the issues that really matter.
First up, let's talk about the most tangible things: cost and physical footprint. These are often the first hurdles you got to clear, and believe me, the two options could not be more different here.
The cloud model is built around a predictable subscription fee, which makes it super easy to budget for. Going on-premise, though, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a major capital investment. You're buying servers, all the hardware, and sinking hundreds of development hours into it before a single employee can even log in.
And you can really see the difference here. That huge upfront cost for an on-premise system, for a lot of businesses, that's a complete non-starter. It just takes it off the table, which makes the cloud's low barrier to entry look incredibly appealing.
But the story doesn't end with that first purchase. A cloud subscription gives you financial predictability, which is a dream for anyone trying to manage a budget. With an on-premise system, you own the hardware, which means you also own all the unpredictable costs. We're talking sudden server upgrades, components that fail, urgent security patches. Those hidden expenses can really add up.
And then there's the cost people always forget about: real estate. A cloud solution takes up exactly zero physical space in your office. But an in-house system, that needs a dedicated, climate-controlled server room. That's valuable square footage that could be used for, people generating revenue, not just boxes eating up power.
Okay, enough about cost. How does your team actually use the intranet? In our modern, flexible world of work, accessibility is completely non-negotiable. The real question is, how do your employees stay connected when they're not physically in the office?
This is where the cloud really shines. Your team can log in from home, a coffee shop, or halfway around the world, and they get the exact same experience on any device. For teams that are spread out, that kind of seamless access isn't just a convenience, it's the absolute foundation of collaboration.
And this point about business continuity is absolutely crucial. A cloud intranet isn't physically attached to your office. So if your building loses power, or there's some local emergency, your business doesn't just stop. Your team can still get to everything they need because the system itself lives online, totally independent of your building.
And that brings us to the single biggest limitation of an on-premise system. Access is completely dependent on your office's internal network and power. If your office network goes down, so does your intranet, for everyone. That is a significant risk you have to factor in. So what happens when things go wrong? And they will. Let's look at who's on the hook for all the ongoing responsibilities. Who handles security, provides support, and takes care of all the necessary upkeep. With cybersecurity threats getting scarier by the day, this is a big one. A cloud solution lets you basically outsource all that stress to expert providers who live and breathe security. With an on-premise system, that entire burden falls right on your shoulders. You have to build, monitor, and constantly update your own defenses from the ground up. And security isn't just one thing. Good cloud providers give you multiple layers of protection right out of the box. We're talking granular user permissions, constant monitoring for threats, data encryption, and secure automatic backups. It's a whole comprehensive package you don't have to build yourself. Now, when it comes to support, there's a trade-off. Cloud providers give you access to a team of remote experts who know the software inside and outs. With an on-premises system, you have your own IT team right down the hall for that immediate hands-on help. The choice really depends on whether you value specialized expertise or that in-person convenience.
All right, we've covered cost, accessibility, and security. So how do you put all this together to make the final call for your business?
Let's just boil it all down. The cloud offers you speed, accessibility, and outsourced expertise, all paid for with a recurring fee. On-premise gives you total ownership and in-house control, but it requires that huge upfront investment and ongoing internal responsibility.
Ultimately, this isn't about which option is better in a vacuum, but which set of trade-offs aligns with your company's resources and priorities.
So it all comes down to this one simple question. For your business, right now, what matters more? Is it the speed, flexibility, and agility that you get from the cloud? Or is it the absolute ownership and granular control of an on-premise system? Your answer to that is going to define the digital foundation for your company's future.